Hi, welcome to yet another video. Today we are doing a photo walk. In the video about the basics of photography, I told you about doing photo walks. These are supposed to be exercises that help you improve as a photographer. They are especially important when you are just starting out and you are not sure what to shoot, what is your style, what catches your attention and what doesn't. So, I'll show you how I approach my photo walks, what is my thinking process before I even fire the first shot, and overall we're gonna have a grand time together. So what? If during the walk I see something interesting, I should just come closer with my camera and take lots of photos of it? Well, it is an approach. In photography, it's called the spray and pray technique, as you take dozens or even hundreds of photos in hope that at least some of them will turn out to be okay. But I would like to suggest you a rather different approach.
Start with selecting the right camera settings for your shot. Aperture, shutter speed, ISO, you know that stuff already. Then, before firing any shots, walk around the subject with your camera. See from which directions the subject looks the best or most interesting. Only after, take the photo that you are happy with.
After you take that great photo you pictured, I want you to take a few more. Experiment a bit with different angles, different backgrounds, maybe tweak your camera settings, get one closer, one wider to show the whole scene. It's not only a good exercise, but you will also be surprised how often these extra shots will be the ones you end up picking. Also, I don't want you to get discouraged just because you cannot take the shot. For example, there is no power in the universe that would allow me to take a macro shot of these beautiful white flowers with the lens I have on my camera right now. It simply cannot focus close enough. It actually takes years for most photographers to get the gear that they want, because, let's be real, photography isn't the cheapest of hobbies. Think about it as another thing that these photo walks are going to teach you, the limitations of your gear and how sometimes you can work around them. I found those random ruins in the forest, which, to be honest, looked much more promising from afar than they actually are, but it gives me just a perfect opportunity to share the next tip with you, which is to alter reality. Unless you want to be a journalist or a documentary photographer that captures the events just as they are, you'll typically want to show your vision of reality. Even something simple as an interesting framing of the shot can change things a bit, but we can take this one step further and actually add something to the shot. As you can see, I left my backpack and hat in the shot. Why? Because they help raising questions. Who left this backpack here? Are they camping in these ruins? Are they coming back? Maybe something wrong happened. Of course, I'm over-exaggerating a bit, but adding the element of story into your photos is a great example of altering reality that more often than not will improve your shots.
If we can add something, then we can also remove it. Moss around my phone here is way too busy, so let's clean it up a bit. Much better. Of course, we can add something back if it feels too empty.
To sum it up, I'm going to quote Thanos from the movie Avengers Endgame. Reality can be whatever I want. And whatever you want. The next step is to treat these photo walks as your test ground. For example, if you watch a YouTube video about the shallow depth of field, try utilizing this technique as much as possible on your next walk, so you can learn and understand it properly. Next walk can be centralized on framing, next on using different lenses, and so on and so on. With that approach, I can guarantee you that your photography level will improve massively in no time. Last but not least, go through your photos after a finished walk. And I don't mean pick the ones that you like to edit later, but actually look at every single photo that you had taken and try to figure out why this photo is worse than the one you ended up picking. Of course, learning from your own mistakes is the best way to go, but I also strongly encourage you to show at least a few of these photos to your family, friends, colleagues, maybe some more experienced photographers to get some feedback. Do not, and I repeat, do not hide these photos in the depths of your hard drive, because as someone wise once said, the art is useless unless someone sees it. And with that insightful thought, I'm going to thank you so much for watching this video. Stay very, very awesome, and of course, we'll see each other in the next video.